From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Cascade Paint and Supply is Reading's oldest family-owned paint store, established in 1953. We are the largest Dunn Edwards dealer in the nation, and most of our products are made in the U.S. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to answer your questions and help you today.
Happy holidays from Weather NorCal and our sponsors. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Mike Krueger. It is the last few hours of Giving Tuesday, North State Giving Tuesday for your, of course, Tuesday, December 2nd. All day long, people have been giving to many nonprofit organizations here through the Community Foundation of the North State, through northstategives.org. That's the way to do it. There are all kinds of great prizes for the participating nonprofits, over $100,000. As a matter of fact, since 2013, the Community Foundation of the North State has raised over $10 million for these nonprofits. So get out there, get on northstategives.org, and give what you can to help keep this community thriving with all of the great nonprofits that we have out there. Let's take a look at our weather headlines. We've got a patchy morning fog again here for tomorrow. However, we're probably not going to see nearly as much. The winds are expected to pick up. Those gusty winds tonight into tomorrow not only will keep those temperatures up a little bit here, but also really prevent much in the way of that fog developing here. Now, there is a slight chance for some coastal and North Mountain showers here by the weekend, but not a whole lot to speak of, not much to write home about. More on that a little bit later, but here's a look at your Krueger's Quickcast for your Tuesday, December 2nd for tonight. With those winds picking up, as I mentioned, it's going to keep those temperatures up a little bit for the valley in particular, around 40 degrees, give or take. Still cold, though, in many of the mountain locations, not quite as breezy there, so we're still in the teens and 20s to the north and east. 20s for Trinity County, mid to upper 30s, even around 40 for those of you along the coast. Now, out the door tomorrow morning, as mentioned, a little breezy. It's going to keep those temperatures in the low 40s for the valley. Still, some fog is a very good possibility for some of those mountain valleys, especially for western Siskiyou County, even parts of Trinity County as well, but still cold. Look at Modoc County. Look at the eastern mountains. You're in the 20s for your overnight lows. So we have high pressure building in, and that's really the reason why we're going to continue to see those mainly clear skies here for tonight. We do expect that storm system off to our west to basically just ride to our north. That high pressure is going to keep that storm from really giving us much in the way of rain or even much in the way of cloud cover either. So for your Wednesday, expect temperatures still right around 60 for the valley, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, low 60s for inland, mid to upper 50s for the coast. Your 7-day forecast for the valley, a little spike on Friday, another little spike on Monday, Tuesday, but generally staying in the 60s for everyone in the valley. We take a look at the coast. Inland and Trinity County, still that chance for showers Saturday and Sunday. We're going to go into a bit more detail on when exactly that'll be, how much we can expect, and how long that'll last as well. But generally in the 40s and 50s for many of the higher elevations. All right, that's a look at your Krueger's Quickcast. Now let's go into your deeper dive, sponsored by Shasta Hearing Aids.
Frank, come help with the dishes.
What?
The dishes!
I heard it the first time. I just got back from Shasta Hearing Aids, but she doesn't know it yet. What?
Forget it!
So we look at the satellite image here, and you can see the area of high pressure right here. That's going to keep this storm system really having much of an impact on us. Sure, we'll see some clouds out of it, but we're unfortunately not going to see any rain or snow out of this one. It's not until the weekend that we may eventually see a system kind of clip northern California. More on that a little bit later. But let's talk about the winds, because that is a key factor in any fog we see tomorrow morning. Notice the valley. You've got winds in excess of 10, 15, a little even over 20 miles per hour, and some gusty winds as you go into some of the eastern mountains here, those foothills. A lot of those really narrow canyons tend to really bring in some of those really gusty winds. Otherwise, you can see in the mountains, the wind's not quite as strong. But again, that's going to prevent much in the way of fog from developing in the valley here for tomorrow morning and even tomorrow afternoon. Now the winds will subside a little bit here, and interesting thing is, you notice on Thursday morning, 5 a.m., still a little breezy. Now some wind sheltered areas on Thursday and Friday, especially in the morning hours, May see some patchy fog developing here, but overall, we're just not expected to see much in the way of that widespread fog. So here you can see Friday morning. Look at Chico and Willows. I mean, you're getting some pretty calm winds there. We could see some patchy fog developing there, but still a little too breezy for the fog to develop here for the north end of the valley. Bottom line, the fog we saw last week and this past weekend, we're pretty much done with that, and conditions are getting better as far as fog is concerned here. There you can see Friday, the wind's actually picking up a little bit in the afternoon. Now, the reason we're expecting some of those gusty winds here for tonight and tomorrow is this right here. It's known as an inside slider. You've heard me use this expression before. The low pressure, there's the trough right here, that tends to really work with this area of high pressure to the west, and that's when we start to see those winds begin to pick up, generally from the north. Now, as this moves on out, the winds will subside a little bit here, but still a little breezy at times. Still dry through this week, but by the time we get into Saturday, you see this system will clip Northern California. The bulk of the rain and the snow, as you can see, is over Washington and Oregon, but we see this a lot during the winter. We tend to see most of the rain up to the north, and then we kind of get clipped by these systems. So the North Coast, maybe Trinity County, Siskiyou, and even Modoc County all see the potential for some light showers on Saturday, but really not enough, most likely, to really cancel any outdoor plans over. And then Sunday, I'm keeping the chance in there, but you can see here, it looks to be a little less substantial. So really anything we see on Sunday is going to be even slimmer. And then this high pressure builds back in for Monday, Tuesday of next week, pushing all that energy back up to our north. So the best chances for any showers, at least for the north end of Northern California, will be Saturday and then possibly even into Sunday. But look at the temperatures. The trend is above normal. The normal high for Redding, at least, is about 58 degrees. We'll be above that for the next 10 days with a couple of spikes on Friday, another little spike Monday, and notice generally in the mid-70s for Monday through at least Thursday of next week before temperatures may start to drop again after that. I am seeing some signs that by the middle to latter part of the month, we may start to see ourselves transition into a cooler and wetter pattern, but I got to tell you right now, that's not even close to being guaranteed, but it is a trend that gives us a little bit of hope as we kind of go through the month of December here. You can see the wave heights are starting to drop a little bit here as we go into the next few days. Certainly some good news if you need to be on a small boat. But we look at our neighborhood forecast, sponsored in part by Dignity Health. Trinity County is looking at temperatures in the mid-50s. So yes, temperatures are starting to drop a little bit here. Anywhere you see the chance for showers, as I mentioned, don't let that deter you from any of your outdoor plans. Just keep an eye on the forecast here over the next few days. We'll really be able to fine-tune as to whether or not it will be a big enough rain event that you may have to reschedule your plans, but for the most part, this is not going to be a big deal when we're talking rain for the coast, Trinity County, Siskiyou County, or even Modoc County. Otherwise, you're looking at dry conditions outside of that for the rest of this week and through a good portion of next week. Modoc County for your Wednesday, it's cool, only reaching the 40s for your daytime highs on Wednesday. Cedarville about 40, 41 degrees out in Tule Lake. For the eastern mountains, you'll notice I don't have the rain for you. I think it's going to be a little bit too far to the south for any of that rain to develop. Same story for the valley. The valley should remain dry for the next 7 days as well. Looking at your 7-day forecast for Chico, generally upper 50s to low 60s for the next 7 days. No big changes when we're talking about those temperatures. Take you up north, look for a high of about 61 degrees for Redding, a little bit cooler in the city, in Lakehead that is, at about 58 degrees for Whiskeytown, and 60 in Bella Vista. All right, here's your 7-day forecast for Redding. Those temperatures spiking on Friday, close to 70, looking pretty pleasant actually. A slight drop in the temperatures with partly cloudy skies over the weekend, back in the mid to upper 60s by Monday and Tuesday. All right, that's your evening update. I'll have your forecast again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. and live on Coffee with Krueger at 6:30. Have yourselves a great night.
When you see flashing lights, someone's life depends on us.
And while we're out helping crash victims, we need your help to keep us safe. Move over, slow down, it's the law, it protects everyone.
Our crews are out here every day, keeping the roads safe for you and your family.
We're often the last ones on scene, and we want to make it home safe too.
Protect those who protect you, slow down and move over.